Today we're having sweets.
It's my favorite day.
Let's have some sweets.
Yeah.
Good morning, foodies!
I'm Claire.
I'm Wei Lun. Welcome to the Gourmet Plate. So, Paris food vlog number 3. As you can see, Quad is dressed differently today.
Because today is my favorite day, sweet and pastry.
Yep. And we are going to visit two wildly popular pastry shops. One called Angelina Paris, which is recommended by a friend of ours in Paris, as well as our hotel receptionist, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Angelina is well known for their hot chocolate, and I believe they are Mont Blanc. You could also reserve a seat with them, but unfortunately we tried to reserve too late, hence we couldn't get a seat. So we're just gonna take out and try out their stuff. But for the other store, we did manage to get a reservation. We'll talk about their store in a bit. Let's go to Angelina first. That is an extremely huggable center. Hey guys, we lucked out, so we just walked right up the door and we asked them, we didn't have any reservations, do you have a spot? And they do. So here we are, sitting in Angelina. And I gotta say, this place has got a really nice, I don't know how to put it, like to put it in very layman terms, it's sort of like a palacey feeling to it. You've got the painting on the side, you've got people just sitting, and I think up top is actually this frosted glass that allows the light to come through. And I could imagine that if it is a sunny day, it would be really nice, but right now it's sort of gloomy and foggy, so don't really see that much of the sunlight. Anyway, we've ordered quite a few of their stuff. We have got their signature hot chocolate, which is extremely important. Everyone asked us to try this out. And we got their signature pastry as well, which is the Mont Blanc. I think we ordered another Rocher Praline. And we got some tea as well, which is the Melange Angelina. I think it's a tea that they recommended to us. Hey guys, so all the stuff have been served. The service is very efficient and quick, I gotta say. Let us start with the hot chocolate first because it came piping hot. I don't know why, but the guy decided to pour the first bunch down first. Anyway, let's pour the remainder of the chocolate. It looks so thick in consistency. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna let Quet try this first and see what she feels about this.
This is real chocolate. This is so strong and rich. Wow, this is 100% power than the last hot chocolate we have. This is very nice.
Okay, my turn. Oh, that intense aroma of that cocoa. It's got a really nice balance between bitter and sweet. It starts off bitter and then the sweetness sets in. You could taste every single flavor layer of that chocolate. There are such complex layerings behind. Just imagine a really, really pure and high quality chocolate, maybe with even a little bit of acidity behind, and you melt it down. That's what it is. That is what this is. This is really good. Oh, it's so thick. It's got a high viscosity, but it's still liquid enough for the chocolate to just slide down your throat. And it's so soothing when it's hot. Okay, they've got some cream here as well. I'm guessing this is like chantilly cream maybe. I think it's supposed to be used for the hot chocolate. I'm gonna put some in mine and mix it up. Oh, it mellows it down. It makes it a lot smoother. It softens the robustity in the chocolate, but still allowing to maintain the essence of its flavors. This is really good, guys. You gotta come and try the hot chocolate. I'm not a hot chocolate guy, but this is very good. Okay, with the hot chocolate done, let's have a bit of the tea first to wash off some of that hot chocolate. It's got a light oolong base, but it's quite fruity as well and very floral. Oh, this is a good tea. Oh, it totally washes out the hot chocolate and makes you feel refreshed again. Oh, this is good tea, guys. Recommended. Alright, next up, I want to try the croissant because this is beautiful. My goodness, this looks so much different from the ones that we have tried like from Store. In fact, it looks a little bit like it's sort of glazed on the surface. Really, look at the amount of folds and layers, and it's just flaking out here. Let's go. They glazed it with some sort of sugar on top, like a syrup thing. So it starts off with a nice sweetness, and then the softness comes in. Soft, airy, chewy, a little bit of buttery fragrance, moderate. Oh, the outside is flaky and crusty. The inside is so soft. It feels extremely extravagant. A very luxurious feeling croissant. More sweet, less savory, but really, really luxurious tasting.
This is their signature classic Mont Blanc, and you see there is a white chocolate piece on the top. There's the icon Angelina. Anyway, let's quickly try this. Actually, I don't know how to start because it looks so delicate. Oh, it's so soft and it looks really good. There's a biscuit on the bottom. The biscuit is crunchy, and in the middle there's a cream, but the cream is airy, fluffy with a light milk taste. The chestnut outside is moderate sweet and pleasant. Overall, I will think that's a bit sweet to me, but it's good if you pair with tea.
Next up, the Rocher. It looks really beautiful decorated. Some cream, some of that Ferrero Rocher looking thingy, a hazelnut on top, and oh, that's the Angelina signature. Okay, I'll be super honest, I do not quite know what a Rocher is aside from Ferrero Rocher. Yes, judge me. Okay, I'm about to destroy this beautiful cake. Let's see how it cuts, I guess. We're gonna try and cut. Ooh, oh, it's soft. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a cake. It's like a sponge cake underneath. Guys, nice. Nice. Then there's a mousse. Chocolatey, nutty, maybe it's nutty, very nutty. It's got a nice sweetness, some bitterness. I don't know how to taste this sweet because it's got a lot going on, but they're not like very present flavors. The key thing that hits you is really a lot of nuts, like very nutty, some chocolate flavor. The mousse inside is nice and smooth. But I don't know how to feel about this, I'll be honest, I don't know how to feel about this. It's good quality for sure. Maybe I just can't really appreciate it as much. Very nutty, very nutty. Let me try some of that cream up top together with this. Oh, look at how soft it is. Crazy soft. The cream is where you provide more of the chocolate flavor. It's like an upgraded version of Ferrero Rocher, if I may say so. It's pretty rich. You gotta have it with the cream, and you can really taste the hazelnut flavors pulling through. Earlier on without the cream, it's just so nutty. This is again a good one. You gotta have it with the cream. Just have the whole thing, cut it down. Perfect. Okay guys, we're gonna quickly finish this off because we've got another spot to go. The time is almost up for the other spot, the reservation that we made. So, tea and let's go. That was a delight coming from Angelina. What a sweet treat. Now we are heading over to another sweet shop, and this one is important. It's recommended by one of our YouTube viewers. This guy is called Cedric Grolet. He's a well-known pastry chef. He is also named the best pastry chef in the world in the year 2018 by the World 50 Best Restaurants. So let's quickly head over because our time is almost up for the reservation.
Since we were young, chased by the sun, feeling the tide rise.
You're a married woman, let's go.
No, we can get married again.
Hey guys, we are now in Cedric Grolet and it's a totally different feeling. This feels way more modern looking, and as you enter you can literally see the pastry chefs just making their pastries downstairs. We are now at the second floor by the window, and you could just enjoy your pastries while you look out through the window to watch the traffic going. That is very, very nice. One thing I did notice is pretty warm here, like pretty warm. Now to start, we've been served with some cold tea and we've gotten the menu, which is very interesting. This is their menu. You scan the QR code over here and you just order it from your phone, I believe. So on this page you see the pastries. You can see there's plain croissant, some pain au chocolat. The pricing though, premium, more than premium. And I think under here, the Paris Brest, these are the cakes, the sweets. Okay guys, just place our orders. Is the camera too dark? It looks a bit dark, but I think the exposure should be fine. Let's have some of that tea. It's very refreshing. It's got some form of like lemon in there. We did order quite a few things. We got a coffee bean looking pastry. Apparently today is the last day. And I saw it downstairs. It looks magnificent. And we also got like a flower looking thing. I think it's made with mandarin. And the last item we got was, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Gousse de Vanille. It's basically a vanilla thing. Yeah. Of course, we did not miss out one plain croissant. Drinks are here. Thank you. You can never go wrong with Coke. I mean, seriously, not the sniffing type, the drinking type. We also got a fruit juice, which is a mix of apple, clementine, cinnamon, and some vanilla.
It's a mixture of apple and clementine, but the main here is orange taste with a hint of cinnamon. So if you like cinnamon, then I think this is good for you.
Alright guys, we got all our stuff here and I gotta say they are all works of art. Now, there's one particular piece though. This, it looks sort of like something else. Anyway, let us start with the coffee bean here, and you can see it really looks like a coffee bean. And they even got this N logo here. I'm guessing it's Nespresso, so it really tries to make it look as much as a coffee bean as possible, and then it's like super sized. Okay, it doesn't smell of anything. Anyway, let's cut in and try what it is. Oh, it's quite a hard. Oh, it crumbles. Oh, it's cream inside. Wow, look at that. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, the essence of the coffee bean, and the outside chocolate. Oh, the inside is coffee. It's sort of like a very soft coffee foam, and that coffee essence, it just explodes in your mouth. And the sweetness of the chocolate, it's crunchy. So when you get all this nice foam out, oh, look at this. It's like preserving the flavor of coffee in its most natural form in a dessert. My goodness, that fragrance of the coffee lingers in your mouth. And the inside is even more concentrated coffee. Nearly a biscuit form, and there's like sweetness within it, like sugar, and it almost tastes a little bit nutty. Oh, this is so many layers. Moving on, the flower of the mandarin. We call it fleur mandarin, right? This is a piece of art, really. Such intricate petals. Just look at those petals on top. And I love how they contrast it together with that black plate. Absolutely beautiful. But with that said, with every beautiful thing, there has to be some form of destruction. So let's begin that destruction. Oh, it's soft within, and the biscuit is crunchy too. Oh, the inside, I think it's like mandarin cream or jam. Anyway, let us go, man, let us go. I'm super pumped about this. No way. Oh, the flavor of the mandarin. It's like you're eating a mandarin, but you cannot find the mandarin. It's in the tart, it's in the paste. That citrus flavor, the acidity, and I think the sugar at the sides on the biscuit, that's what gives it that sweetness to pull back on that sourness, you know, that tanginess. And there's this bitter flavor from the mandarin, such a beautifully intricate amalgamation of flavors. Very, very delicate, very, very luxurious tasting. I don't know how they can get the purest of the mandarin oranges flavor in a tart. I just don't understand how. Okay, I wonder what this is going to taste like. It's sort of like a sugary thing. I'm going to try and cut it in. Oh, it explodes. Okay. Here we go. Give it a good amount. There we go. I think it's sort of sugared. I can't really taste it because The flavors underneath, they're so strong and so addictive. I think this is where Chef Cedric is known for, like the utilization of like the raw ingredients and preserving the essence of their flavors in the pastry. And he has done really, really well.
Okay guys, it's my turn. This is the most beautiful croissant that we had. Also the most expensive croissant that we have. You can see this beautiful croissant. Look at the layer, just like a shell. Nice butter fragrance. Surprisingly, it tastes soft. Even the outside looks flaky, and you could see the air bubble is so uniform and also very beautiful. Chewy, airy, with a hint of butter fragrance. But this, the butter is different. It's sort of like the butter melt in the dough, and you taste the dough with the butter taste and sweetness.
Not the most fragrant croissant that we've had, but the most beautiful for sure. The outside is still sort of flaky. It's not a super flaky type, but it is moderately flaky. But still, really good croissant. Alright guys, the final item on the menu, the vanilla pot. Without further ado, let us just start by cutting off. Ooh, the inside is really just white vanilla. Nice. This one is not as essence tasting. You start off with the heat of the vanilla flavor. Very present. And then the chocolate sort of rushes in and gobbles up the vanilla flavor. And your mouth just explodes with the flavor of chocolate. Again, a very intricately made dessert. Very interesting flavors, but probably not my favorite. Because I was expecting, like, you know, based on the previous pastries that we had, they were going to retain its natural flavor. So probably I was expecting something that blows my mind. Like for example, if I just take it in and it's completely vanilla tasting. Not so much, but still really good. I was just expecting maybe a little too much. Alright guys, so I think that's it for our visit at Cedric Grolet. We're going to finish this up and we'll see you in a bit outside for plating time for both Angelina and Cedric Grolet. I don't know how we ended up here, but we are right in front of this pillar looking thing, and surrounding this pillar is a small square full of luxury brands. You can get any brand really that you could think of, they are here.
Yeah.
And it's well decorated with some Christmas trees. There's even an art installation right behind us called the Flying Dragon. Pretty interesting looking modern art display. Now we are here for plating time. Alright, let's start with Angelina Paris first. So Kwek, what do you think about Angelina Paris?
Yeah, I think the really hits me one is the hot chocolate. It's really rich and strong. I will come back for the hot chocolate.
Definitely. That is the best quality hot chocolate that we've ever had. Highly, highly, highly recommended. It's just so luxurious tasting. For the pastries, the croissant, the Mont Blanc and the Rocher, I think they are really high quality as well. And they are pretty tasty, but it doesn't blow us away. The croissant is definitely not the best that we have had in Paris so far, and I would say if you are there and you are drinking the hot chocolate, you could definitely try them out. But that is not the main draw for us. The main draw is absolutely the hot chocolate. As recommended by our friend and Nicole, it's always about the hot chocolate. So thank you very much, Nicole, and thank you very much, Yili. Appreciate it very much. And with that being said, Angelina Paris scores a half plate on the gourmet plate, which means it is some really high quality pastries and hot chocolate right there.
Yeah, but for the hot chocolate, it's definitely for one plate.
Yup, hot chocolate is actually a one plate on its own. Absolutely agreed.
So for the Cedric Grolet, it's very divisive review. So what do you think, Welun?
I think I will look at it this way. When I look at the reviews on Google, those who say that it's overrated, it's too expensive, I think they came with a very different mindset compared to those who sing praises about this pastry chef, Cedric. Let me put it this way. Angelina and Cedric Grolet are both sweet masters, I will call them, but there's a huge difference. Angelina is more like a very classic, traditional pastry shop, right? A sweet shop. You go to Cedric Grolet not for something classical and traditional. That's how I look at it. What Cedric does best are not the croissants. I mean, the croissants are a work of art. They're all very beautiful, but taste-wise, it's not the best we've had as well. What really blows you away are their desserts. It really showcases what a visionary he is. The ability to extract and inject all the essence of the fresh ingredients into the tart without it turning into a tart tasting thing. That is what separates him from other pastry shops.
Like the Mandarin tart, it tastes like a real Mandarin.
That is placed in the tart. That is how we would describe it. And the coffee bean, it really feels like you are having a cup of coffee in a non-liquid form. The essence of the coffee is just so well integrated into this dessert. In the vanilla pot as well. I mean, it doesn't blow my mind because I was really expecting like really vanilla tasting, but it's a really good dessert if you do not think about it as a vanilla pot. Just think of it as a vanilla with chocolate flavored dessert. Very, very good.
But for the look, I would like to more refine.
Yeah, it does remind us of something, no disrespect, but it does remind us of something. And with that being said, Cedric Grolet scores a 1 plate on the gourmet plate, which means it's some really high quality desserts, pastries, even the fruit juice with glimpses of genius. I think if you want to try something that is way out of your comfort zone, something that is very visionary, something you have not tried before, drop by at Cedric Grolet, reserve a slot, sit there and enjoy those really beautiful, delicate desserts. I think you can really just skip the croissants. For the flavor of the croissant, I think it is really expensive. But for the desserts, very worth it. It's sort of like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. You gotta try it out. The things that he just brings to the table, you would not have expected. So I guess that's it for our food vlog for the week. Hope you enjoyed this luxurious sweet day. And I'll see you again next week, same time in Paris.